Ukraine attacked 6 Russian regions with close to 80 drones overnight on March 13th, with fires reported at an infrastructure site in Voronezh Oblast and an industrial plant in Kaluga Oblast, according to Russian authorities. Kyiv has carried out regular long-range drone strikes against military and industrial facilities in Russia's rear, seeking to undermine its ability to wage its all-out war. Russian air defenses downed 77 drones overnight, including 30 over Bryansk Oblast, 25 over Kaluga Oblast, 6 over Kursk and Voronezh Oblasts each, and 5 over Rostov and Belgorod Oblasts each, the Russian Defense Ministry claimed. Drone wreckage set fire to a building of an industrial enterprise in Dzerzhinsky district in the northern part of Kaluga Oblast, Governor Vladislav Shapsha said. The fire has been extinguished, but one employee received a minor injury, the governor claimed. Drone debris also reportedly damaged a cell tower and a power line in the Kvastovitsky district, the southernmost part of Kaluga Oblast. Kaluga Oblast lies in the western part of Russia, bordering Moscow Oblast from the west. An unspecified infrastructure facility was damaged in the evening of March 12th in Voronezh Oblast, a region bordering Ukraine's Luhansk Oblast, Governor Alexander Gusev said on his Telegram channel. No casualties were reported. The targeted facility was part of the region's gas infrastructure, the Baza Telegram channel reported, citing residents. A fallen drone also started a fire in the village of Kalininsky in Rostov Oblast, but the nearby industrial facility was not damaged, according to Governor Yuri Slusar. Airports in Penza, Saratov, and Volgograd imposed temporary flight restrictions overnight, Russia's Federal Air Transport Agency announced. The full extent of possible damage is being determined. The Ukrainian military has not commented on the claims, which could not be independently verified. The strikes come only 2 days after Ukraine launched what appears to be its largest drone strike against Russia, deploying over 330 drones across 10 different regions to attack oil facilities and other strategic sites. The United States has fully resumed the supply of weapons and intelligence to Ukraine. CNN reported on this, citing an American official who spoke on condition of anonymity. According to him, artillery shells, anti-tank weapons, and ammunition for HIMARS are once again coming to Ukraine as part of aid packages approved by the Joe Biden administration. Some of these weapons were stored in Poland before being sent to Ukraine. Furthermore, American contractors responsible for maintaining, training, and supporting various weapon systems have resumed their operations in Ukraine. Paweł Zelensky, the Secretary of State at the Polish Ministry of Defense, also confirmed the start of military aid shipments from the logistics hub in Poland. It is worth noting that the resumption of military aid supplies was the result of negotiations in Saudi Arabia. Recently, U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz stated that the unlocking of military aid would only be possible if peace talks with Russia were to begin. On Pokrovsk axis, the Ukrainian armed forces has improved their positions and regained control over both Lysivka and Suky Yar. This is confirmed by both sides and geolocated footage. Sergei Lavrov is trying to be funny, but actually your Führer in Moscow mobilized everybody, not Ursula.
Führer Ursula is mobilizing everybody, everybody to remilitarize Europe.
Trump effect. Trump claims Ukrainians no longer support Zelensky, but the numbers tell a different story. A New Economist poll shows 72% of Ukrainians approve of Zelensky's performance, far higher than Trump's 46% in the US. In Odessa, a Barbados-flagged cargo ship en route to Algeria was hit, reportedly by a Russian Iskander-M missile with a cluster warhead. The vessel, carrying 30,000 tons of wheat, caught fire. Preliminary reports say 4 crew members were killed, 1 injured. In Kyiv, a farewell ceremony was held for fallen soldier of the Her Legion, Dominic Tolkien Abelin. The 28-year-old Dominic was a citizen of New Zealand and a member of the indigenous Maori people. To properly honor the fallen, Dominic Abelin's comrades performed the traditional Maori warrior dance, the haka, eternal memory to the hero. The Trump administration has recently informed Cairo of its decision to cut military aid to the Egyptian military, with the change set to take effect next year. The report comes from the Qatari newspaper Al Arabi Al Jadid, citing Egyptian diplomatic sources. According to the sources, an unofficial Egyptian delegation recently visited Washington to discuss the consequences of the U.S. decision. The delegation sought to clarify the position of Egypt's military leadership. Its members included a former Secretary General of the Arab League, a former Egyptian foreign minister, and a former Egyptian minister of industry. During the meetings, high-ranking Egyptian officials emphasized that Egypt's military policy is primarily focused on maintaining regional stability. They warned of the dangers and consequences of any plans to relocate Palestinians to Egypt or Jordan, arguing that such moves would threaten the stability of both governments, the sources said. Egypt has long been a key U.S. ally in the Middle East, with military cooperation forming an important part of the relationship. The U.S. provides Egypt with approximately $1.3 billion in annual military aid, which is used to purchase American military equipment, train personnel, and maintain infrastructure. The two countries also conduct regular joint military exercises, such as Bright Star, one of the largest multinational drills in the region. These exercises are aimed at improving interoperability, sharing expertise, and strengthening cooperation between the armed forces of both nations. Bilateral military ties also focus on resolving regional conflicts and ensuring security in the Suez Canal. In 2024, the U.S. State Department approved the sale of weapons, military goods, and services to Egypt under 3 agreements totaling $5.35 billion.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comments section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.